guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Destiny. How are you guys doing today? I am doing great. For today's video, I decided to wear a sports bra for the occasion because we are talking about fitness. This is covered by fat, but we'll get there. I have a whole list of things that I want to talk about, and basically I'm going to give you reasons on why you should and how you should work out and get fit, especially if you're a beginner like I was. I used to work out like 2 or 3 years ago. I went in really hard, but the way I did it was really bad, and I learned from that. If you know how to do it the right way, it comes easier to you, and also it's more healthier for you, especially for you and your mind and like your mentality. So basically I'm gonna give you guys reasons on why you should and how you should work out in fitness, especially for beginners. Also some mental tricks to like help yourself when it comes to working out or eating better and just things like that. So there's really nothing else to say more about that, so let's just get into it. Okay, the first thing that I want to talk about, and I think this is like the biggest one, is do not do it for a diet. Now, diets are like temporary. Everyone likes to do like a crash diet or whatever to basically like get to the point where they want to be. And to me, I think that's really bad, because once you get to the point where you want to be, you'll just go back to your old ways and you'll get back to the point where you were at. And it's just will be a continuous cycle of you wanting to go on a diet to lose some weight, and then you'll gain it back because it was just a diet. So really what comes down to it is changing your lifestyle. Personally, I've been trying to change it like forever now. Ever since the year started, I was telling myself that I was gonna work out and I was gonna like eat better, and it wasn't really happening. But I started to notice that I kind of was like craving it in a way of like working out and eating better, but I just didn't want it as bad. Now I really want it, but when summer started a few months ago, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start working out. And I did start working out, and I have been working out for a very long time, but the one thing that I haven't really been changing is the way that I eat. And what we put into our bodies is very important, because if we're working out and doing all of this activities but we're not eating the right foods, we won't be able to see as much progress because we're not taking that extra step to, you know, eating better foods. But yeah, like I was saying, like diets don't work. Like, yeah, they work for that moment, but if you're actually trying to change your life and you're actually trying to get to a certain point and wanting to be there for the rest of your life, because you got to think in advance. Like when you're 60 years old, you don't want to be looking like a bag of potato chips. Like you want to look awesome, right? You want to look like a nice shiny apple or something, you know? That's my thing. Like when I'm 40, like I want to look really good. When I'm 25, so in the next 4 years, like I want to look really good. So in order for me to get to that point and like keep it consistent throughout my life, like I think I should start now, you know? Once I get more into it in this video, you guys will like start seeing the mentality of it, and how like if you just change your mindset, it will pretty much like change everything else, and it'll just start coming naturally to you. Another thing that I want to talk about is do it for you, and do it because it makes you feel good. I don't think I've ever met someone who's worked out, who's ate good, and like said that it's like not worth it, you know? Like of course it's gonna make you feel good. I mean, I guess somebody could sit here and say like when they eat a bag of McDonald's, like that's gonna make them feel good, but I don't know. At the end of the day, if you eat something healthier than that, it's gonna be good for your mind, it's gonna be good for you physically, it's gonna be good for you emotionally. With me, I eat a lot of like fast food and stuff. At the end of the day, if I know that I want to be a certain way and I want to look a certain way, I know I can't eat that stuff as much as I normally would. Just do it for you, and do it because it's good for you and it makes you feel good. Like it's a confidence booster, honestly. Like before you work out, like you're like, oh, I really don't want to, but once you do it, like it makes you feel good. Eating healthy and working out, like those are things that are really good for your like self-esteem in a way, and also your confidence. When you're putting good things in your body, you're also like putting good thoughts in your head. And also it brings me to another point, it's good for your health. Like right now, you might be okay, but if you continue on like eating like really bad foods every day, like very consistently, you might be setting yourself up for like high cholesterol. I cannot ever say that word. High cholesterol? Yeah. High cholesterol, and you might be setting yourself up for like diabetes or something. Like you don't want that when you're like 40 years old or something. Like do something now that's going to benefit you for the rest of your life, because at the end of the day, we do not live with anyone else every single day except ourselves. And at the end of the day, we have to be around ourselves 24/7. So why not love the body that you're in, and why not have the good mindset that you're supposed to be in? Like me, like I'm working towards that. I'm not perfectly where I need to be, and I'm not like perfectly in like the great mindset mindset of everything. I'm still working there, but it's getting to the point where I'm starting to understand everything, and it's like I want to share that with you because like the mental state I am in now wasn't the same 3 months ago, because 3 months ago I didn't really care for it that much. I didn't do that much research. I wasn't really in it that much, but I started to put together like more thoughts into my head of like why I'm wanting this. Who am I doing it for? Myself. Like I want a good lifestyle for myself when I'm 25, when I'm 40, when I'm 60, when I'm 80, when I'm dying. Like, you know what I mean? Really just been thinking about the future and the future with myself and where I want to be. And I know where I want to be. I have to start now. You know what I mean? But yeah. And another thing that drives me insane, and this comes to another point that I have, is that you need to take it very slow, because change does not come overnight. Like I know people want to say like they want to get fit, and the next day they start counting their calories, they start eating certain amounts of food, and they start working out, and like they completely flip their world upside down. And I just feel like that's such a shocking thing for your mind, because it's like when you're used to something for so long and you change it, and like yeah, you might be okay with it for like 2 or 3 days, but like a week or two later you wouldn't be able to handle it anymore. And that's why a lot of people tend to, what is it called, like it's a certain type of like relapse in a way, where they just like can't take it anymore, and then you just go back into like eating really bad foods, and it just continues to cycle. So honestly, I think the first step to do is like whatever you eat throughout the day, you just need to like change some of those things and switch them to like healthy alternatives in a way. Just like instead of eating buttered movie theater popcorn, change that to like 95% fat-free popcorn or something. Instead of eating a bowl of cereal every morning, just make some eggs and bacon. Like, you know what I mean? It's the small changes like that in the beginning, and then continue on making adjustments until you get to the point where it will be completely flipped. But it takes time, you know? Like me right now, I've been working out 3 to 5 times a week, and I've been doing that for a really long time. But the one thing that I haven't been doing is eating completely really good food. Sometimes you just don't have a choice, you know? I'm getting to the point where I'm just starting to eat nothing but just healthy foods, trying to take out fast food, burgers, and fries, but I'm taking it a steady pace, so that way I'm doing it in a way that works best for me. I can't sit here and say like I lost like so many pounds and you can see it and what I'm telling you is right, but I'm telling you like this is all mental stuff. I may not be where I'm at right now. I know I can get there with the mentality that I have, the way that I push myself to get there, you know? When I first started working out, I did like the basic stuff, but then as time went on and like as weeks went by, I started changing little things and like upping my weights and maybe going on the treadmill longer or maybe going faster. Like I used to only be able to run at like 6.5 miles per hour on the treadmill, and I've gotten to the point where I can run 8.2 miles per hour, and that's like really fast for me. And it's kind of crazy because I remember when I used to only be able to run like 6 miles per hour in the beginning. I was watching these like fitness videos of these people that were able to run like 8 miles per hour on the treadmill, and I was like, how the freak do they even do that, because it's so fast? But my body just got used to that 6.5, and I just kept on going up and up and up. I still even remember like the time when I was at 7.2, and I was like, there's no way I'd be able to run 8 miles per hour on a treadmill, and now I can. So it's literally just with progression and just like being able to take those slow steps, and then you'll be able to get where you want to be at. There's this machine at the gym. It works like your inner and outer thighs just by like opening and closing your legs. I used to only do I think like 80 or 90 pounds, I can't remember, but since then I was able to increase my weight by like 50 pounds. Kept on increasing my weight because my body would just get used to that weight because I was working out so much. So when I keep on increasing it a little by little, I was able to get to the point where I was like, dude, like I cannot believe I can do this much weight. But it's so funny because I even remember being in the gym and like looking over and seeing this girl doing like so much weight, and I was like, that is a lot of weight. There's no way I'd be able to do that much weight, and now I'm able to do that much weight. So I thought it was funny. The point is start slow, and then you'll be able to get to the point where you want to be. But it's all about being consistent is one thing. Like just with like uploading videos on YouTube, and you have to be consistent with that in order to keep a crowd. You gotta be consistent with working out in order to see that progress too, you know? So yeah, you don't have to feel bad for feeling full when you're eating good foods, you know? So like that's like the plus side about it. It makes you feel better about yourself, you know? That's something to think about every time when you're deciding on what to eat. Just know that when you choose the healthier food, you're gonna feel better about yourself. It's literally all in your head and your mentality. Let me know if you guys want to see a video about like alternative foods and just like more healthier options, because I have like a lot of foods that I eat and that's like are quick to make, but they're not like expensive or like those bougie foods that people make in those videos, you know? So like instead of eating normal pizza, I have a certain thing that I make where it literally is just simple ingredients. It's like a healthy version of a pizza, you know? It's like little things like that. So let me know if you guys would want to see a video on that, because I have a lot of ideas for that one. Last thing that I want to talk about, and this works for me, like this out of everything is the best thing for me, and it's to love music. I personally love to dance, so when I go to the gym and I listen to a certain song, like I know I love this song, like it gets me so hyped and I want to dance, but you know, obviously I'm at a gym and I'm there to work out. So when I'm on the treadmill and I'm listening to that song, I just imagine myself dancing to that song, or maybe making up a dance. During that time, like I'm not even noticing that I'm really on the treadmill. Like I know I'm like breathing hard and stuff, but my mind's in a different place to where I'm not feeling the pain. I'm not feeling, you know, out of breath, and I'm not tired. It's more about our mentality and being able to kind of like escape, to put your mind in a certain place that gives you more energy and just kind of like doesn't make you want to stop running or like feel more tired. It gives you something to think about and kind of like take your mind off. I don't know, with me, I'm okay with cardio. Like I don't hate it and I don't love it. It's just like a thing for me. I know if I put on really good songs that it will be able to get me in the mood to do it. So it's like if you guys love a certain song and it's a certain song that you love to get hyped to, like you love to like fist pump to or something like that, use those songs to work out to and flip that energy into your workouts. Use that for your cardio, or use that for when you're lifting weights and they're super heavy. You just change your mentality during those moments and you'll be able to get through it, and also at the same time like you'll love it afterwards, that you were enjoying yourself, you're listening to your favorite songs, you were getting a good workout, like you know what I mean? So most of the time it's all about your mentality and just knowing what you want, knowing the logistics behind it. That's another thing. Once you get to know like all the logistics and like the basics of things, learning about foods and learning about like what works for you, there's a lot of learning that goes into this. When I was in high school and I was working out, like I noticed that I was learning a lot and I kind of like lost that information. But this time around, I've been working out and I've been learning a lot of things I never really heard of, and just kind of like learning new information, whether it's about food or equipment or my body or science, like just learning the things around it and just kind of surrounding yourself with those things. It helps with your mentality too, because that information's kind of like fresh in your head, and it's almost like you're starting to obligate yourself to do that. You know, once you start having a certain routine and once you start seeing the logistics behind it and once you start realizing what you want and why you want it, all of those things together will give you all of a more reason to go to the gym, and it will make you consistent and it will make you want to do it and it will become a part of your life. So that's where I'm at right now. Like it's kind of like in my life, if I don't work out, like it makes me feel bad because I know where I want to be, and the only way I'm able to get there is by working out and eating better foods and eating healthier. I don't know, it's just cool because you're learning about things that you just never really knew about, and once you do know them, like it'll benefit you in the long run. It's kind of like exploring another side of yourself in a way, and I've been working out for months now, but I've just recently started to kind of discover more about myself and just kind of like what works for me and just kind of like the changes that have been happening in a way. Yeah, so I got this body analysis done yesterday, and it kind of like tells me how much water I have in my body, the weight, body mass, kind of like muscle to fat ratios, things like that. And which actually is really funny is that when the lady told me about my weight and like how much muscle I have versus the average person, or maybe the fat that I have versus the average person or woman in this case, it was pretty funny because she said that my muscles, like where they're at, is where people want to be. All of these months I've been working out, right, and I've been doing a lot of cardio and I've been doing a lot of weights and just kind of combining the two, and I've just been combining those two to be able to just kind of make the process faster in order to lose the fat and also gain the muscle. But I've noticed that since I'm not eating really good, I haven't been eating the certain amount of calories that I should be eating, and also at the same time I haven't been eating the healthiest foods. So because of that reason, I haven't been shredding the fat as much. A certain amount of calories that I have to eat, it's like 1,500. Also at the same time, like it needs to be healthy foods, and I just know it has to be a lot of fruits, vegetables, and protein, blah, blah, blah. Like we get the drift, we get the drill. So I know once I start incorporating more cardio, because I have been doing cardio every single time that I work out, I need to do more of it in order to lose the fat that I need to lose. And also I need to incorporate a lot of healthy food eating, like strictly. I care about the numbers on the scale, but at the same time I don't. Numbers on the scale kind of help me to show how much progress is happening. I know there's a certain point where I want to be at, so right now I just kind of need to be strict on myself. But once I get to that point, I will come to the conclusion that I'm able to kind of be more lenient towards what I want to eat and how I want to eat and how much I want to eat. But I know that I wouldn't be like overeating, you know, like I'll be able to treat myself because I was able to get to that point, and I know that I'm able to work out that day or work out the next day and it'll be okay. You know, it's all about moderation, and that's something that I've learned. I think that's the one thing that people tend to forget about is moderation. moderation. It's okay to eat something quote unquote bad. Really just depends on how much you eat of it, you know? You can sit here and eat a burger and like that will be okay, but if you eat 2 or 3 burgers, like that's just too much, you know? Really about just eating in moderation and just knowing when to stop and just not like over consuming sugar because, you know, like I said in my previous video, sugar is something that we're all addicted to. So, you know, if you have too much sugar, you're just gonna wanna keep on eating it. But if you limit yourself, you're not gonna crave it as much. And so it really is just about moderation, you know? I don't know, I feel like this is a very like ranty video, but these are just like my things that I've been learning and just kind of like the tips that I have, especially people who have a lot of trouble doing this because of their mentality and just the way they think about it. But if you flip that and just kind of look at it from like this certain perspective, it makes you feel better going into it. I don't know, I just like hope I help someone with this video, just kind of like showing you a different point of view on how to look at it to kind of like get yourself started in a way. Let me know if this video is helpful to anyone out there. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, man. My god. Also, don't forget I post every Saturday, and I hope you guys like these types of videos. I told you guys in a couple videos ago that I was gonna start doing like 3 types of categories on my channel. One would be music related, so anything that had to do with music, it would be in that category. The second category would be health and fitness, so maybe I'll do a workout video, or maybe I'll do something that's related to like healthy foods, or maybe tips, you know, something like that. And then also lifestyle, you know, anything that I want to do, whether it be like friends, family, or maybe just something funny, you know, I just want to do something like that. So those are the 3 categories that I have, and each week I'll switch categories. Next week is going to be a lifestyle video, so it's just going to be something random. I'm still working on that one, but let me know what you guys want to see for that video. Those 3 categories are everything that I love, so each week I'm just going to switch to a different one. I have a lot of ideas for each one, and I'm really excited, so yeah. Also, if you guys haven't followed me, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, you know, everything will link down below. And I think that is it. Make sure you subscribe because why not? And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!